Hello everyone. Oh, sorry about that. Welcome back to my channel. So you may or may not notice, I don't think I've changed that much, but it is now a year on since my last video. Apologies for that. I started vlogging back when I first moved, but I didn't really think I'd ever post them. I didn't think like I had the confidence and stuff to do it. So once I started getting stuck into living in London and finding my feet and stuff, I just kind of forgot and kind of thought I wasn't going to take it seriously. So I stopped vlogging, which is a shame. I am really gutted about it, but I finally found the confidence to post those videos, and looking back at them, I can't even watch them through because you learn so much and you change a lot in a year. So when you're posting videos back then, you're like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Oh my gosh, that's such a cringe. But at least it's honest. So I thought I'd just make a video to kind of catch up with everyone and share with you what I've learned and sort of recommendations and things I wish I'd known when I moved to London. I think this is just my personal advice, and if anybody's looking to do it, kind of maybe help you out, maybe not. Like, everyone's experience is really different, so I'm sure a lot of people would recommend different things. So let's get going. I think the main thing I would recommend to everyone is to download Bumble Friends. I think without this app, I'd have probably struggled hell of a lot. If you're moving to a new city, you can do it anywhere in the world. You can do it back home if you're struggling to find friends, or you don't have to move anywhere to do this. It's all over the world. And it's basically like a dating app but for friends. So you put a picture of yourself, like a little bio, things you like to do. You can put like your star sign, where you're living, like all these kind of little bits and bobs to get to know people. And then you scroll through their profile and go left or right, depending on who you think you'll vibe with, who you think like you'd get on with and stuff. That's how I met Taylor. And we have got on like unbelievably well. Yeah, 100,000,000%. Anyone who's struggling with friends anywhere in the world or is moving somewhere new and worried about making friends, just download Bumble Friends. I promise you, there's all kinds of people. You will find someone who you will get on with and you will have some friends. Sorry, I probably rambled a lot then, but maybe people are interested. Yeah, the next thing about London I'd like to talk about is the clubs. So there's two sides and positives and negatives to both ways of going out in London. So there's obviously these sort of Mayfair clubs, and don't get me wrong, I love them. I love Rain. There's certain ones I don't like, certain ones you have to be a bit careful of who you're with or whatever, but Mayfair clubs, they can be fun, especially when you're a young person, you know, living on a budget. It's a little bit disgusting how they go about it all. Like, you have to be like a young pretty girl, you have to wear certain things, have to wear makeup, have to wear heels, and it's a bit like, ugh, a little bit sexist, but you do get free drinks and free entry and this and that. So when you're living on a budget and living in London where drinks are so expensive, it is kind of nice just to be able to go out and not worry about money and sort of enjoy. So you get to go on like promoters' tables who invite you to the clubs, or the people on the table like are paying for your drinks, which is ideal. But in my personal opinion, and I know a lot of people sort of disagree with this, and a lot of people love it, happy days, I do think you maybe need to be a kind of, I don't know, a certain kind of person to go to Mayfair clubs. You can't really just sort of let loose and have fun. Well, you can, but you've just got to be prepared to be judged, especially on like the sort of VIP tables and this and that. I think just everyone there thinks there's something special, and like everyone's judging each other. And you know, you'd think like, oh, you're living in London, you're young, when you go out to clubs you'll make friends. I have not made one friend at a club. Like, everyone sticks to their kind of friends, and when you go on a table and there's other girls there, you sort of sit down and everyone's like looking at each other as if, no, this is my table, or like, I own this, like, you're not good enough. And it's just like, oh, get a life, like none of us are paying, none of us are, you know, anything special, we're just here to enjoy and stuff. And it's just like, everyone thinks they're influencers or just, ugh. It's just not really the best vibe. Like, I do enjoy, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy, but I think I'm the kind of person who needs a mixture. I like going there now and again, going to the bougie Mayfair clubs and this and that, but also just go into the normal kind of pubs down the street. Like, me and Taylor not long ago went to Inferno's in Clapham, and if you guys are from Llanelli, it's just like a massive, better version of Luna, like cheesy songs. Everyone's there, nobody really cared what they looked like or how they were dancing and stuff. Everyone was just enjoying, and you can just kind of let loose and have a good time in those kind of clubs. So yeah, I think it's just finding the balance of them both. I'm not saying one is better than the other, because in Infernos and places like that, you kind of have to pay for your own drinks and it's a bit more expensive, a bit further out as well, but it was a really good time. So I think the next thing I wanted to talk about is how I went around my living situation. Obviously, as you guys saw in my last videos, when I was moving up, I was in a really big rush. I didn't really know much about London or how people sort of do these situations. So I just went on a website called Spare Room or something. I was just looking for a house chat, thinking that I'd get along with the people I live with. So when I was moving up, I used a website called Spare Room, which is just like a house share kind of website where you can sort of find rooms in houses and just move in without meeting the people, without sort of getting to know them, making sure you get on with them. Just view the house, happy with the house, and move in. So when I moved in, I didn't really know the people I was living with. And they're all really nice. I'm in a house of 6. They're all lovely people, but they're not really the kind of people I hang out with. Well, we don't really speak much, to be honest. Like, I think everyone's got their own separate lives and own things and own friends, and you know, you say hello and have a little small chat in the kitchen, but it wasn't really what I was expecting. And I think this is one thing that if I could go back in time, I would 100,000,000% change how I decided on a house and how I went about it all. So my friend Taylor, she actually joined a Facebook group and she found people that she thinks she'd get on with. And I know a few people who have done this kind of thing, that you find 2 or 3 friends that you get on with and want to live in a similar area to you, pay a similar rent and stuff, and then you find a flat, like a 3-4 bedroom flat, to rent with these people. And I'd definitely recommend doing that. I mean, I know a lot of people who have actually moved into house shares and it's been absolutely fine. They get on with the people and they've become their friends, and that's what you kind of do in uni and stuff as well. But I think it is just like sort of luck who you're gonna end up with, and not that I was unlucky, but I'm not friends with anyone I live with. So I think that's one thing I kind of struggle with sometimes, because I live a little bit north. I'm not like central, and a lot of my friends live central, they live with their friends, and it just seems so like easy and fun for them. Like, I stayed in one of my friends' houses after going out the other night, and their Uber home was like 2 minutes. They all split it, so it wasn't expensive, because Uber prices are through the roof right now. I got in a car once, went in an Uber, accidentally went to the wrong address. Yeah, fair enough, that was my fault. Then I said, no, can you take me to my address? He went, that'd be £93. 93. I said, okay, I'll sleep on the street. But anyway, sidetracking, sorry. Sometimes I ramble. Yeah, so I stayed with these girls, and just, they all split the Uber home. They were all like, you know, singing and laughing in the Uber. And then when we get home, we were all ordering McDonald's, and they were like dancing in the kitchen in their pajamas. And I was like, I think this is one thing I really miss out on living in London, like that kind of social side of it, and having those friends that you're really close with and live with and laugh with. Because at the end of a night out, usually I just get an Uber home and I come to this room. Or, you know, in the morning when you have like hangovers or you have anxiety and you're all like lying in the bed chatting about the night before. And I think just like little things like that I quite really miss. So I'm hopefully going to move out soon and move in with people that I'm friendly with. So anybody moving to London, just try and find people to live with. Go on Facebook. You can also do like buddy ups, which on spare room, you can see who else is looking for houses and sort of just like message those people on there if you think like you'd get on and stuff, because I think that does change your experience a lot. Yeah, that's just my advice to you. Another thing I would like to warn you about living in London, and I'm not sure if this is just me personally, but I think a few people have experienced it, because I obviously lived in Llanelli, which is a coastal, really quiet town, like really fresh and clean air and water and stuff. Since moving to London, my skin went so bad. I've never really had really bad skin. Like now and again I'd have like spots here and there, but nothing extreme. Not that mine was extreme, but for me personally, because I wasn't used to constantly having spots and lots at once and stuff, it like really put me on a downer, because I was so self-conscious of my skin. And I think especially working in social media, where I was like taking photos or videos or stories and stuff every day for my job, and I like had spots on my face and stuff, and I just didn't feel confident in myself. So I think that's one thing that kind of brought me down a little bit. I think because obviously you're in a city, you've got like polluted air and you're drinking like hard water. The water here tastes like chalk or something, like it's not nice. So I think all of this sort of had a bad effect on my skin. Obviously it's a lot better now. I'm trying to wear less makeup on the daily so that my skin can sort of clear up. But yeah, so just be warned, your skin may get a bit bad if you are moving from like a nice, quiet, fresh place to this like disgusting, dirty city. But it's normal, loads of people go through it. Another thing that is so difficult, well, for me personally, is food shopping. Like, okay, life is expensive in London. You go out, you breathe, and you've spent like 100 quid. I don't have a big supermarket near me, and I think all over London there's no big Tesco's, big Asda's and stuff. They're all Tesco Expresses. So if you go there and shop yourself, you buy like 4 things and you've spent like 20-25 pounds. I'm like, oh, how much am I going to spend if I do a big shop there? So I just sort of buy little bits and bobs daily, but it's like so expensive. I do have a big Asda near me, but I have to like get the tube and stuff to it, and I can't carry all the bags on the tube by myself. Like that's so heavy and so much effort. So Tesco delivery is the best thing for me, but I just do it like once every like 3-4 months. Like I never do it, like I've never got food in my house. So yeah, I don't really know what kind of advice to give on that. Maybe just be a bit more organised than me. But I survived. I still eat every day, but they're just not exciting meals. So an update on my life. I've actually got a new job. Exciting. I started it this week, so I've had 3 days in my new job and I absolutely love it. A really exciting opportunity for me, and yeah, I'm really excited. I don't know much about it still, like I'm still finding my feet, but I think that's one thing with me. I'm always like ready for new challenges and I get so excited by stuff like this. So I think it's really good for me to have like a sort of new thing to work on and just, you know, push myself and grow experience and things like that. So yeah, today I am going to head out for a shop. Actually, I never wear like edgy clothes. I'm not an edgy kind of person. Not that this is edgy, okay, but this is the edgiest you'll probably ever see me in an outfit. Look what I bought. Basically, they're like low-waisted, kind of cargo-y, baggy trousers. This is such a good angle, but yeah, I thought, well, I've ideally been looking for like white linen trousers, but I just can't get ones that are long enough for me. So these are kind of like linen-y, but they're more edgy than I wanted. But I think they're quite cool, so I'll give it a go. It's not really my kind of style, but it's nice to try new things. Look at that. Butterflies. Who'd have thought? Libra, sorry, edgy. So yeah, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna try and go like, what's it called? Charity shopping today. But I am gonna go to Zara as well. Sorry, not sustainable, but Zara is just so handy for like tops like this and like little bits and bobs and stuff, to just have like that kind of timeless wardrobe. But I do want to go to charity shops to try and get like different things and things that not everyone has, because I love Zara and I literally love all their clothes, but is there anything worse than going out and someone being in the same thing as you? There probably is worse things, but not for me. Like, if I'm in a dress and someone else is wearing that dress, will be miserable for the rest of the day. It's been a pleasure to catch up with you and I am going to start doing these every week now. So if anybody has any video suggestions or things you'd like me to do, I'm going to do some fun things, maybe bring in my friends, and I hope you are enjoying my videos. I know so far they've been a bit like talkative and quite boring and stuff, so hopefully now I can start doing fun ones that you're all going to enjoy. So yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I shall see you next week. Bye.